the heavens have been whispering your name again. There is a quiet movement around your spirit, something unseen but deeply felt. It's as though the angels have been walking softly near your heart, carrying a story that has been waiting for its time to unfold. They speak not in noise, but in the language of gentle light, the language of destiny, patience, and divine love. He loves you, but he cannot reach you. That truth echoes through the spiritual air like a song trapped between worlds. It is not because his heart has changed, nor because yours has turned cold. It is because divine timing, mysterious and sacred, has stepped between you both like a curtain of light, not to separate, but to prepare. You may not see it yet, but heaven is aligning everything that once felt impossible. There are unseen hands working through delay, through silence, through the ache of distance. Every tear you shed was not wasted, it watered the soil of a promise that has not yet bloomed. God saw it. Every sigh you breathed when the nights grew too long, he heard it. Nothing was unseen. There is a reason why your souls feel each other even when your worlds do not touch. It's because your connection was never built on ordinary ground. It was born in prayer, carried in divine orchestration, sealed by energy that time cannot erase. You both were chosen to awaken each other, to bring light where confusion once ruled. But now, God is protecting the roots of what He planted. He is not allowing it to grow too fast, because fragile love cannot hold the weight of divine purpose until it matures. You see, the separation is not punishment. It is the pause between the inhale and exhale of destiny. It is the silent part of the symphony that prepares for the grand crescendo. The universe is not withholding him from you, it is perfecting him for you. And at the same time, it is perfecting you for him. He wants to reach you. He feels your pull in his spirit. There are moments when he almost calls your name, moments when the memory of you pierces through his distractions and awakens something he thought he had buried. In those flashes of truth, his soul remembers. He doesn't understand it all, but he feels it, the same divine thread you've been feeling tug at your heart. But there is a veil between you now, a veil woven of lessons, timing, and unseen healing. You might feel the ache of the weight, the confusion of silence, and the weariness of uncertainty, but heaven sees it differently. From above, this season is glowing, it is radiant with purpose. You are both walking through the corridors of divine timing, and when the right moment comes, those corridors will merge into one path again. Until then, God asks for trust, a trust that doesn't demand answers but rests in knowing that what is meant for you cannot lose its way home. Your heart has been faithful through storms. You've loved without knowing how it would end. You've prayed even when you couldn't see results. And God has counted each of those acts as sacred seeds. The harvest is not lost, it is simply not yet ripe. There is a mystery in divine love, it is not bound by human clocks. The human mind measures love by messages, by calls, by presence. But heaven measures love by energy, by prayer, by the silent devotion of souls who keep each other in light even when words fail. You have done that. And so has He, in His own quiet way. Right now, the divine realm is moving pieces behind the veil. There are things being rearranged, habits being broken, hearts being softened, faith being restored. He cannot reach you because God is teaching him how to reach him first. He cannot love you the way his spirit longs to until he learns how to love himself through God's eyes. Do not mistake his absence for rejection. It is sacred distance. It is the space where heaven reshapes the heart. God is whispering to him in ways he doesn't yet understand. His world may feel heavy, his spirit restless, but it's all leading him back to alignment, and you are being prepared, too. You've outgrown many of the fears that once held you. You're learning that your worth does not depend on who stays or who leaves, but on the one who never lets go. That revelation is transforming you. When he finally reaches for you again, he will find you radiant, grounded, and whole. You will no longer need to be rescued, because you will have already been redeemed. The angels are writing the next chapter even now. They are painting your story with patience, faith, and divine orchestration. It may look like stillness, but in the unseen realm, everything is in motion. Heaven does not delay, it aligns. The one you love is awakening slowly. The fog around his heart is beginning to lift. He is being shown visions, memories, and dreams, gentle reminders of what his soul once promised to yours. He may not yet understand that what he feels is divinely orchestrated. But soon he will. God's timing is never random, it is perfect, so breathe, beloved soul. Let the silence be holy. Let the distance be your teacher. Let this moment of not being reached remind you that God is always reaching you, always holding you, always writing a story greater than your understanding. Your paths are not finished, they are being refined. The divine timing you've been waiting for is not far. When it comes, it will unfold so beautifully. You will look back and realize why the waiting had to be this long, why the separation had to hurt this much, and why God needed to be the one to bridge the space between. God has not forgotten the thread that binds you. That invisible cord of light, woven through prayers and tears, still vibrates between your souls. Every vibration is a whisper of divine timing drawing closer. Yet for now, heaven keeps you apart, not to punish, but to purify. When the heart desires something deeply, God sometimes places it beyond reach for a time, not to cause suffering, but to teach surrender. The waiting reveals what love truly is. Not possession, not control, but trust in divine orchestration. True love is not proven in the presence of someone, but in the faith that endures their absence. He is walking through a valley of transformation. You might not see it, but heaven does. His spirit is being reshaped, his ego being softened, his eyes being opened. He is learning lessons only solitude can teach, about courage, about healing, about faith. God is removing the noise from his life so he can finally hear the truth that has been whispering inside him all along. There are nights when his heart aches for something he cannot name. That ache is you, not as a person, but as a divine reflection of the part of himself that still believes in love, in purity, in grace. He feels your energy guiding him, even when he resists it. You have become a spiritual mirror to him, showing him what unconditional love looks like. But he cannot reach you yet because he is not ready to meet that reflection fully. He must first become whole within his own spirit. And you have been walking your own sacred path. You've been tested by silence, stretched by uncertainty, refined by pain. But through it all, your heart has grown softer, wiser, and deeper. You have discovered strength you didn't know you carried. The kind of strength that doesn't come from being fearless, but from choosing to keep loving in the face of the unknown. God is proud of you for that. Heaven has watched you choose faith over frustration, prayer over despair. Even when you wanted to give up, your soul kept whispering, "Wait, something beautiful is still coming." That whisper was not your imagination, it was divine guidance. This waiting season has been your spiritual chrysalis. You entered it broken, uncertain, full of longing, and you are emerging transformed. The wings forming within you are not just for flight toward him, they are for flight toward your purpose, your higher self, your divine destiny. He cannot reach you yet because your light is still rising, and his is still catching up. The divine timing must synchronize your energies so that when you finally meet again, you meet as equals, not one chasing, not one hiding, but both standing whole before God's design. Do not rush it. Do not despair. What is ordained for you will not pass you by. The angels are weaving your timelines together with threads of grace. Each delay is a deliberate stroke of divine artistry, ensuring that when your worlds touch again, they will fuse in harmony, not chaos. The heavens are whispering that the shift is near. You may already sense it, subtle changes in your dreams, in the signs around you, in the strange coincidences that make your heart pause. When you see numbers repeating, songs playing at just the right moment, or his name appearing in unexpected places, those are not random. They are confirmations from the divine realm that timing is unfolding exactly as it should. You have waited with open hands, and soon those hands will no longer be empty. But before the reunion comes, you must finish your inner awakening. There are still pieces of your power to claim, boundaries to strengthen, and forgiveness to give, not only to him, but to yourself. Forgive yourself for the nights you doubted your worth. Forgive yourself for the times you tried to hold on to something God asked you to release. Forgive yourself for thinking the delay meant denial. It never did. God was simply preparing a foundation strong enough to hold the weight of the love He intends for you both. Divine love cannot be rushed. It moves at the pace of healing, at the rhythm of destiny. And though you cannot see the full picture yet, heaven is smiling because everything is aligning. The veil between you is thinning. The realm of spirit hums with quiet anticipation, like the air before dawn when everything holds its breath. Heaven has written this moment in gold across eternity. They will find each other again when the stars align with their healing. God has never abandoned the plan, He has only refined it. The seasons of silence were not empty, they were holy ground where miracles were taking root beneath the soil of patience. Every unanswered prayer was answered differently, not with denial, but with delay, so the blessing could arrive fully formed and unbreakable. You have grown stronger in your solitude. You've learned how to stand without losing softness. How to hope without demanding control, how to love without needing to chase. You've come to understand that divine love doesn't shrink under distance, it expands. It becomes purer, truer, freer. He, too, has been walking through his valley of awakening. His nights have been heavy, but they've been holy. When he felt lost, heaven was near. When he thought he had ruined everything, grace covered him quietly. The same hand that held you through your tears has been guiding him through his storms. Though you've walked different roads, the destination has always been one: alignment. He feels the call of destiny, even if he can't explain it. There are moments when he looks at the sky and feels something stir in his chest, something ancient, familiar, electric. It's your soul brushing against his in spirit, reminding him of what he once promised before this life began. The angels are preparing him now. They are whispering truth into his dreams, helping him see beyond the illusions that once blinded him. The confusion is lifting, and soon, clarity will dawn. He will begin to see you not as a fleeting chapter, but as a divine assignment, a sacred part of his purpose, and when that realization fully settles, nothing will keep him away. Not fear, not pride, not circumstance. Because divine timing does not simply open doors, it dissolves walls. The moment he steps toward you, you will feel it before you see it. The energy will shift around you, like warmth returning to a room after a long winter. You will feel peace, not panic, certainty, not doubt. The air will carry his name, but this time it will not ache. It will feel like completion. That meeting will not be dramatic or rushed. It will be gentle, as if God Himself is smiling through your eyes, saying, "Now you both understand." He will look at you, and in His silence, you will hear everything: the apologies He never spoke, the love He never stopped feeling, the gratitude for your patience, the reverence for your strength. And you will realize that nothing was lost. The time apart didn't destroy the bond, it made it sacred. In that divine moment, you will no longer question the weight. You will thank God for every lonely night, for every unanswered question, for every lesson that shaped you into who you are now. Because without those chapters, the reunion could not hold this kind of depth, this kind of light. He loves you, not as he did before, but as a man reborn by grace. And you will love him, not as someone incomplete, but as a soul who has walked through fire and found the divine within. And yet, even then, the story will not just be about you two. It will be about how God used your love as a living parable, to show that when something is meant, no distance, no silence, no timing can undo what heaven ordains. So rest now, beloved soul. You are safe in divine hands. The threads of destiny are already weaving. The rhythm of divine timing already rising. The angels move with purpose, and heaven has not forgotten a single detail. Soon, what has been written will unfold. The one who could not reach you will finally find his way. The separation will dissolve like mist in morning light. The love that waited will be reborn, not in longing, but in divine peace. Until then, live in faith. Speak kindly to your heart. Trust that every sunrise brings you closer. You are not waiting in vain, you are being carried toward fulfillment. Heaven's promise stands, He loves you, He always has, and divine timing is about to unfold. In the stillness that follows surrender, something miraculous begins to move. It's quiet, almost invisible, yet it carries the power of heaven itself. You may not feel it at first, the way a seed doesn't feel the sunrise until the light reaches deep enough, but it's happening. The shift, the alignment, the divine unfolding, heaven has declared your season of confusion over. The time of questioning, doubting, chasing signs, it is giving way to clarity. What once felt distant will begin to draw near, not by your striving, but by divine design. You will see small confirmations, gentle movements that whisper, "It's time." The one who could not reach you will begin to feel the pull of grace so strongly. He won't be able to resist it. He will not come out of need, but out of knowing. His spirit will remember that his peace lives where your energy meets his truth. And when that moment comes, it will be quiet and sacred, not the rush of fantasy, but the calm of destiny fulfilled. God's timing is not loud. It arrives like dawn, inevitable, unstoppable, golden. It will not demand your attention, it will simply illuminate everything. The doors that were closed will open effortlessly. The misunderstandings that lingered will dissolve without words. What once seemed broken will shine as though it had never been touched by pain. He will come to you, not as he was, but as who he has become, shaped by silence. Refined by surrender, softened by divine mercy. You will meet him not as the one who waited, but as the one who trusted. Your eyes will carry light, and he will see what God saw all along, the love that was never lost, only hidden until the right moment, and when you meet again, there will be no need to explain. The silence of the past will speak louder than any apology. The energy between you will tell the whole story, how two souls separated by destiny were always being guided back by the same hand that once parted them. You will feel it in the way time slows down, the way his presence feels familiar, not new. You'll recognize him not by his face, but by the peace that floods your spirit. It will not feel like meeting again, it will feel like remembering. Because you were never truly apart, only unfolding in divine order, God smiles upon you in that moment. Heaven rejoices, because love has completed its circle. You will understand then that every delay was a divine conversation, every distance a necessary chapter, every unanswered prayer an answered promise. You'll know that love guided by God cannot be lost. It can wander, it can pause, but it cannot die. It is infinite, because it was born from the eternal, and after this revelation, your heart will rest, not in uncertainty, but in the quiet confidence of divine timing fulfilled. You will no longer ache for what's next. You will simply walk hand in hand with the one your soul always knew, trusting that what God unites cannot be undone by time or fear, so breathe deeply now. Release the ache. Let gratitude replace longing. The story is already written, not in ink, but in light. And that light shines brighter with every passing day. Heaven's promise stands unshaken, you were never forgotten. You were never alone. The love you prayed for was never lost, it was simply maturing in silence, and now, as divine timing unfolds, the universe whispers softly to your soul, He loves you. He always did. And now, finally, He can reach you.